This girl is a psycho, and I'm losing a friend because of it. I, female 26, have a best guy friend who we will call Rob, male 27, who just started dating a very immature, borderline psychotic girl, female 23. This post is just one of the reasons why I don't like her, but I won't get into the variety of reasons I dislike her. Rob and I have been friends for 21 years. We got especially close after his brother died from an OD a few years ago. He is my daughter's godfather and one of my closest friends. I need to stress that things are very platonic on both ends. Nothing even remotely romantic has ever happened. I like hanging out with him because he knows all of my trauma and isn't judgmental. Our hangouts really help me distress and bring me a lot of joy. Rob met Julie last month, so they've known each other for a little over a month. They basically immediately started being official. He introduced us on their third date, 1 week after meeting, and I really liked her. She is fun, likes the same stuff we do, and fits in with our group really well. But every time we hung out, she would corner me and question me about Rob. She would ask super inappropriate questions about his family. Just ridiculous stuff that is none of my business and she should talk to him about. She also thought he was going to cheat on her at every possible opportunity. Rob is a great guy and his morals are very important to him and he absolutely would never. I entertained her insecurity for a while, but it started to get to the point where every time I saw her, she needed confirmation that Rob wasn't cheating. These types of convos happened at least 5 times in person and several times over text. A few days ago, in the middle of dinner and at the table, she called me and asked if we had something going on. I interpreted it as, "Are we having a fight?" And I was like, "No, why is he mad at me?" Apparently, he had called her my name and they had been fighting about it for 2 days. Edit. It was during an argument, not during sex. She told me she was verbally abusing him, cussing him out, trying to figure out if we were screwing around, and this was her last attempt to get the truth. I again reassured her that nothing was going on and told her I was busy with my young baby. The next day, Rob calls me to ask about the call. I told him she has been making me very uncomfortable and I no longer want to be in the middle of their relationship. If she has an issue, she needs to talk to him about it. He told me she's very sensitive and I need to make sure she feels welcome. I told him it was not my job. I did welcome her, I did accept her into our group. I coddled this immature girl for 2 weeks before I finally gave up. He told me I was an idiot for not caring about her feelings and I just said I was done talking about it. Since that call, he hasn't spoken to me. I'm feeling very sad about it because I miss my friend, but at the same time, should I be expected to reassure his GF every time we hang out? Am I the idiot for how I handled this? Edit. This is way more popular than I anticipated and I have to take details out because otherwise it's going to be obvious who I am. Sorry. As much as I appreciate the advice, this was 100% true and I gave too many details. I don't need to give my friend another reason to not talk to me. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Not the idiot. Set your boundaries now with a girlfriend and maybe even your best friend for calling you an idiot. You have a baby to take care of and it isn't someone else's insecure girlfriend. Comment 2. Not the idiot. Like you said, it's not your job to make her feel secure. You tried to be welcoming and she's making you uncomfortable. It's sad that your friend isn't offended that she thinks he's cheating and that she goes and harassed his best friend. The world doesn't revolve around her, but he's trying to force you into whatever world they exist in. He has a lot to work on in terms of himself, and it's not something you can help with. He's going to end up very isolated if he continues with her under these conditions. Comment 3. Not the idiot. It's not your job to reassure her. Your friend shouldn't be calling you an AH for something that's not your problem. Also, given the girl's insecurities, she might make him cut ties with you. So, don't have high hopes of keeping your friendship. Then the original poster responded with, "This is what I'm most afraid of. 21 years for a 1-month relationship. It's so sad, but I guess it's his choice to make." Now, for the update. Well, y'all were right. Rob blocked me on everything. Not just me, but also our 2 other female friends. He didn't even send a text explaining he was blocking me. I just noticed my texts aren't delivering, then noticed I was blocked on Snap, IG, Facebook, etc. He still hasn't said a word to me. He did talk to one of the guys in our friend group who Julie told me she did not like and said he would be sending me an explanation sometime today when he finds his words. His girlfriend did give him an ultimatum, us or her. I just blocked him on everything too. If you don't respect me enough to let me know you are removing me from your life, you don't get to find closure by getting the last word in. I know the next move will be his male friends because she's already planted the seeds of friend is a toxic guy in his head. Our larger friend group, 15 plus people, is understandably upset and worried he is in an abusive relationship. I believe he is, but there is nothing I can do or say to change anything. All it does is cause me emotional trauma and I'm done. When they break up, I will not be here to be his shoulder to cry on. A lot of people may disagree with that, but he showed me just how little he values me by blocking me with no explanation. I respect myself too much to be treated like that and give him a free pass. Wish it was a better update. Today, I'm eating junk food and crying because it feels like I'm grieving the death of a friend. Now, for the final comments. Comment 1. OP, if it feels like you can do more, do more. I had a friend get stuck in a position where he was vulnerable, chronic family problems. A person he was close to also got murdered, amongst many other things. And a girl swooped in, somehow platonically. But it didn't appear that way at first. We both knew her from high school years ago. She was a bit manipulative, but we thought she grew out of it. We were wrong. My friend ended up cutting contact with just about everyone except her, because from my understanding of what I was told about it, he was told he needed to focus on himself and those helping him become a better person. But she put herself in the position that only she could be trusted or some poop like that. What it took was me and a few friends randomly visiting his job to see if he was still alive. Suicide was a worry for us, and randomly visiting his home to see if we could get him to talk. The first few home visits he either ignored us or wasn't home, but eventually he started to answer us. We would point out the flaws in her logic, like how she was the only person telling him who he could and couldn't talk to. The only decent thing she did was help him apply to college, but it had to be the one she was at. She was trying to get him to stop talking to his brothers altogether for arbitrary and hypocritical reasoning. One brother is a party animal. The other only has like 40% function in his legs. Both are still productive people. She thought they were holding him back because they weren't growing as people and did too many drugs. These guys vibe with marijuana and psychedelics occasionally. It doesn't hurt or affect anyone, just those who care what people do in their free time. She was trying to convince him many of his friends couldn't give a frick about him like she did, so they had to go to. What changed his mind about us, his friends, was when we started randomly showing up at his job and home trying to figure out if he's okay repeatedly. He needed a reminder of who his people were, and many of us were able to show we could at least give half of a poop about him, even if some of us weren't that good at it. I personally felt like I managed to change something for the better. My friend is still struggling, but now he's got a whole damn village on his side rather than just one person, and is making steps to being in a better mental state. Comment 2. Had a friend once who had this happen to them. First, it was female friends, then male ones, then childhood, then family. Poop sucks, man, and other than a joint intervention by most of these groups, can you really snap someone out of it in my experience? Comment 3. My big takeaway from this update is how beautifully shiny your spine is. We'll absolutely be stealing the bit about not allowing the closure of getting the last word in. I'm sorry about your ex-friend. I lost someone the same way. She's still with the guy, and I hope she's well, but had no problem accepting that our friendship was done. Now, for the next story. Am I the idiot for being upset about my older brother's graduation? Both of my siblings and I are homeschooled and part of a homeschool group that is having a graduation this June. We have to all be in it since my older brother is graduating high school. I normally wouldn't have an issue, but the graduation is on my birthday. This will be the third year we have had to do something on my birthday, and my parents didn't make up for it either years. 2 years ago, we had a graduation rehearsal on my birthday, and I got bullied by some of the boys in my grade. I'm a girl. It ruined the whole night. Last year, we had a family vacation, and the only day we could go was my birthday. Not any of my cousins said, "Happy birthday," and I didn't get a cake. My mom promised this year I could pick what to do on my birthday, but now we have the graduation. I understand to some people birthdays aren't a big deal, but in my family they always have been. I have brought it up with my family and they say I'm being selfish and it's not about me. Now I feel like a brat, so am I the idiot? Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Not the idiot and your family sucks. Sorry this is happening. You should skip it and do your own thing with a couple friends. Then the original poster responded with, thank you. However, there is no way my parents will let me skip comment 2. You're not upset about the graduation, but the treatment that you're receiving from your family. You haven't had a birthday celebration now for 3 years, and it doesn't sound like they have made any attempts to celebrate it earlier or later when they could have. Get yourself a birthday badge. If you're called out on making it all about you, don't celebrate their birthdays. If it's selfish of you to celebrate, then it's the same for them, not the idiot. Comment 3. Sometimes life does happen and you can't celebrate a birthday on its exact day. But there is no excuse for your family not getting you a cake the day off and having a big celebration a week before or after. It's okay to feel bad that they are just discounting your day too. Now, for the update. I posted twice about this already and thought I would give a final update. My birthday was 2 days ago. The morning of my birthday was good. The graduation was at 6 p.m., but we had to leave at 4:30. My family decided we wouldn't have time for dinner, so instead we just had lunch and cake and then got ready to leave. I honestly felt like I only had half a birthday. After about 4 o'clock, it was only about the graduation. I'm not saying I needed a big party or anything, I just wanted one day to feel special. My brother did give me a shout out in his speech saying it was my birthday. The audience clapped for me, and for a minute, I felt special. Some of my family completely forgot it was my birthday and thought it was only the graduation. For those of you who asked, no, I was not able to celebrate my birthday on a different day. I also found out a couple days ago my little sister will be having a birthday party with her friends. Honestly, I didn't really feel like it was my birthday for most of the day. By the time we got home, it was too late to go anywhere. I am happy for my brother. I don't want anyone to think otherwise. I just wanted a day for me after not having a birthday for 2 years. Also, thank you to everyone who made me realize that it's not wrong to want to have your birthday celebrated after 2 years of being pushed to the side. Now, for the final comments. Comment 1. Grab some of your closest friends and celebrate with them. The people who show up for you are your true family. Your brother also gets one graduation, but everyone gets a birthday every year. It sucks that your family didn't put more effort in, but you can't force people to care about something if deep down they don't. Don't take it to heart. Just focus on the people who put in effort for you and want to celebrate you. No point in putting energy into those who hurt your feelings. Comment 2. I'm pretty sure he can't control his graduation date. I didn't get to choose mine for either of my majors. So it sucks, yes, but sometimes things happen in life that impact you and are out of your control. Practice acceptance. You can be upset, absolutely, but don't focus it on any one person. Being upset about the situation is different than being upset at people who most likely had no control over it. Happy birthday. Comment 3. I'll probably get downvoted to hell, but I don't care. This post is absolutely ridiculous. Your family did not forget your birthday. You had a celebratory lunch and a birthday cake, and your brother even gave you a shout out in his graduation speech. Is it a bummer that his graduation happened to land on your birthday? Sure. But such is life. To say you feel like you only got half a birthday. It's time to grow up. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.